Hello everyone, this is as always Kristen from Krisdoes Beauty, also known in the pinup world as Bonnie the Lovely, and I am here today to show you how to achieve the best blowout, especially while on quarantine. For those who haven't seen yet, I have nice lavender hair going on, but again, still growing out my roots here.
We're giving it a few more days here before I do a little root touch-up video with some spray.
Make sure also, if you are watching this either on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and like this video, comment down below. Watch any other of my hair tutorial, movie review, any of those type of videos up here on my YouTube. If you were watching this on Instagram, go ahead, hit that follow button, and go ahead and like all of this too. Check out my stories, share when I ask what videos people want to see, stuff like that, just interaction. And then lastly, if you are on Facebook watching this, go ahead, like my page on Facebook. It is as on everything Krisdoes Beauty, and go ahead, share out any videos you want to, any inspiration ideas. You can always reach out to me. And for anyone who needs to get in contact with me, you can hit me up on all three of those platforms, or just always shoot me an email at, again, krisdoesbeauty@hotmail.com. So enough blabbing here, and let's roll on into the video. All right, so to get started, I have my just freshly washed, still damp hair that has nothing in it. I am grabbing my Saints and Sinners leave-in, which is the best leave-in conditioner you can get, by the way, and just spritzing that from my mid to ends there, that perimeter area, and then I am just starting from the bottom, working my way up with my detangling wet brush and just working through all of those tangles. And then I will take my rat tail comb and start sectioning off about where I part my hair. I always go right above my brow there on that left side. And now I'm taking my Moroccan oil blow dry primer. I just had one of those little packets laying around, so I figured this was the time to use it. And this one, it's going to be a little bit heavier than what I would normally use, but moisturizing, I just put it all over that bad boy and then finish it up with some Moroccan oil on those ends there. And I grab my blow dryer, and this is on full heat, full air, and I'm just going through and kind of rough drying everything just to mainly get that root area, especially because, like I said, we have more moisturizing product on our hair. And I just want to go in and get the hair about 75% dry before going in with a round brush. That way we just save ourselves a ton of work later on. And as you'll see in a second, I'm even going to flip my head over just because I'm doing this on myself. I wouldn't do this with a client ordinarily, but when I think you're doing it on yourself, it's best to flip your head over and kind of direct that air forward as you see me doing here, especially in that crown area, because that's going to give you the strongest amount of volume, and it's going to retain that really well. And once I am done rough drying, I'm going to split my hair from ear to ear, as I always do, like a half pony, and then I'll split that back just down the middle there and put the round brush on either side. And as you see, I'm just working it through from that root all the way down to the mid to those ends here. And this is where you definitely need a blow dryer with a nozzle on it. That way the air is fully directed going down and you don't get those flyaways sticking up or anything like that. And if you see some steam coming off like you do with mine, don't be afraid. That's just steam. It's not smoke. It's the water vapor going out. And mine, this is my professional blow dryer that I use at work, so it is going to have a very, very strong push to it, where the ones that you have ordinarily wouldn't have such a strong blow to it. But it is perfectly normal if you see that going on there. And as you can see, I will show you again with this curl. I'm just going all the way down, kind of bending it under there, and when I have it as dry as I would like it to be, I will go from the bottom and kind of roll it inwards to almost be like a roller set sort of look, or a roller. And I let that set for a few minutes, and then I turn my cool setting on my blow dryer and fan it down after I twist it 3 times away from my face and pull it down with that cool air. That way, one, it's setting in that nice kind of volume, that body in the curl, and it's also just setting the frizz down and locking it in there. And as you can see, I'm going to be going all throughout the head and doing this. I like to start going from the bottom, then work on one side, and then flip over to the other side, and then go up to the top. You can do whatever works best for you. I just like going from the bottom to the top, especially with blow drying, just because that hair is going to fall down, and I don't want to be fighting clean hair and dry hair and everything when I go through with the blow dryer after that. So this is just a routine I have developed that I find just works for me, but you do whatever works for you best. And as you can see, I'm just going to go through now on my second side, divide that. I do like 3 sections around my head area, do the 2 sides and then the top there, and I'll split that in half too. You want to go about the size of the round brush that you are using. You don't want to do too less or too much. Just because it won't blow dry correctly. And from here, it's just me going through and blow drying each piece by piece here. So I know this is a little longer of a video here, but I just really wanted to show you all what exactly I do. And also, as I go more towards the top of my head and like in the front of my face, I start twisting about 4 to 5 times as opposed to just that 3 times twisting it. And I'm always going away from my face as I blow dry. That way I just get the full bouncy blowout look, and it lays right. If I were to go inwards, you're going to get those weird curls that just because you're doing it with a blow dryer, it's not going to look as well as if it were with a curling iron or something like that. So here is me continuing to blow dry throughout here. I know it's a long one, but I just really wanted to show you all what exactly I'm doing step by step. And as you can see, now that I'm at that crown area, it's very, very important that you go, as high up as you possibly can, and even pushing a little bit forward, which you can't see because of my angle here, but the more forward and up you go in that crown, the more volume and height you're going to get, and it'll last you just a whole lot longer than if you were to just blow dry straight down like normal. And I'm just going, literally like 90 degrees up, so I can get the biggest volume and the biggest hold out of this blowout as possible. And now the coveted bang area, and since my bangs are still growing out, I don't have too much hair I'm fighting with, but again, I am just going as forward with this and as high as I possibly can. That way they lay how they need to. I also, you'll see, I will direct it a little bit and push it a little bit opposite of the way it's going to lay finally. That way I can get a full voluminous bang area, and it will, when I first do it, kind of lay, that cascading over your eye sort of look, which I do like to have, just because, again, very vintage. And now, after I've gotten that area, I'm going to combine anywhere that I see like sections not blending together. I'll blend those together and make those their own section. That way I just don't get those creases or those lines anywhere, and everything's just blended nicely, especially in that crown area. And once I have all of that done, I turn my blow dryer on the cool setting, and I turn it down to medium blowing. I can't think of the word of that right now. Medium speed and low temperature, just cool. That way I really set this blowout, especially in that root area. I'm just kind of hitting it with that cool air, not pushing it or anything with my hands, just setting it. And that way I get a nice full voluminous blowout. And as you see here, I'm just putting a little bit of dry shampoo on from the get-go. That way I find when I spray dry shampoo in first, it really holds better and it fights off the oil later on. So let me know what you all think, and I'll see you next time.